This for the water. Right back. All right. Could also be water. The search parties continue amidst the wreckage. Officials say that they will have a difficult time navigating the more severely array strapped for research as hospitals are unable to accommodate any patients. For reporting and inquiring about missing persons, 022-221-300. What if there's another lock for us? Only seems. Maybe there's only two circles. Good. Postcard from Busan, Korea. Small piece of paper labeled JR East Express. JR is the Japan Rail Path. It's only allowed to be used for people from out of country. So it's a tourist path, basically. Recommended for travel to Aomori, Sendai, and Niigata, which would be the places probably closest, I think, to... Well, they'd be on the side of Japan that I believe. Well, no, I don't know if that's the closer side. I don't remember off the top of my head which side South Korea is on from. I don't think that Hokkaido is the closest place. Either way, it's... You can use the JR Pass for anything. It's if you're going to go to Japan, you should get the JR Pass because as a visitor, it's definitely worth it. Document detailing student exchange programs sponsored by the Korean government. Requirements for application. Korean students studying abroad in Japan will be given a monthly stipend and assistance with relocation costs. Whose life are learning? Oh. It's a date. But please meet me on March something. Other word is meet, and I'm... Please meet me on the 15th. See what everything bad happened. I think this is about the March 11th. Yes, this is about the earthquake in Japan. So this person must have been traveling over in the east side of Japan during the earthquake and had something bad happen. Possibly near Fukushima, which is where the really bad. July 38th. There are 20,000 Korean students in Japan, and the number is increasing. While tensions between Japan and Korea are unlikely to disappear completely, I hope the two nations will continue to move towards friendship through such programs as the student exchange. They must have wanted to meet in Fukushima. March 11th. 2011. Yep, 11. Yep. Mainly report festival. Looking to be close. And it's so sad. Just in case I leave my voicemail. Calendar day I'm looking forward to the most. March 11th. Emma, where are you? We've been trying to get in touch with you all week. Haven't you been watching the news? I think you should come home just to be safe. Anyways, please call me back. I'm really worried about you. Emma, have you lost your mind? Please, I know what you're doing, and I understand, but it's not safe to go there right now. You know this. Call me back, okay? Please? Please bring Gemma to the hyperbaric oxygen therapy room this morning, and we can get started with our first session. The monoplace chamber is an air mask that will need to be set to 21%. This is a very important step in preventing oxygen toxicity. Dr. Yoshida and the team will be there to facilitate. %. This. Yeah, this is about the Fukushima disaster. At least her story, possibly all of theirs. Gemma, where are you? We're running out of time. Don't pull the third lever, or we'll all be underwater. Our home is underwater. And yet possibly that area flooded completely. Monoplace chamber air brake mask oxygen levels now set to 21%. I don't know. I'm so glad to see you. What a weird week it's been. Can't help but feel uncomfortable. All these Funko walking around. You've been here for 3 days. Okay, so Kanko would be Kankoku, which is Korean, is what they're referring to here. This is specifically probably in reference to the naval party in Korea, because of the fact they do overlap. They've been here for 3 days. When are they gonna leave? Well, I don't really mind. Why on the Kanko come to trade with us, don't you think? Yeah, I suppose. But still, you've heard about what the Kanko are like. They're no good. I'll be happy when they're gone. And so this goes to the more traditional Japanese people, people from past generations, during times where tension was higher, especially with relation to some of the old wars. Um, the general stereotype was of thinking more negatively of Koreans as opposed to the Japanese. I would imagine for the most part the modern generation really doesn't have any sense of that tension or that, racism that's there from the past. But it's definitely there, at least in some of the older generation, and so you'll hear it a lot, and so that's kind of where this is implying is this guy probably is older and thinks negatively of Koreans because that's what he's been trained mentally to do over the past generations, or he could even be younger and just have some particularly old world parents who still think negatively about people from other nations. Japan's, especially older age people, tend to be particularly xenophobic. And so, even with countries as close as Korea, despite the fact that there is a desire to have kind of a peaceful mindset between the two countries, especially as particularly good trade partners, and the fact that both of them do have similar kind of geographical issues, and the fact that both of them can work together with their science and technology, as both really do have particularly strong science and technology kind of exports as a big part of their history, the last probably 40 years, 50 years. Um, they really should have kind of a harmonious experience, but if you look at it historically, there has been a lot of tensions. I don't necessarily think either would want to. Well, I know Japan specifically, in part of their agreement to the war, said they will not start a war. But Korea, I don't think would be willing either to really go to combat over anything. And especially as the generations have passed, I do believe that the tensions have kind of faded. There's still probably some jerks in every generation because there's always jerks everywhere. But I do think that that has faded over time. But I do think this is kind of alluding to the fact that there are stereotypes of those from outside of Japan to certain people in Japan. Certainly not anything I agree with. Probably not anything that most of the people who I know would agree with who do live in Japan, but I do know that it's a thing in the history of it. Don't trust the conflict. I wish they'd just leave them. So this is actually a pretty clever way of hiding that, because I would imagine a lot of people don't realize that necessarily. And I mean, I guess you could make that illusion based on the stuff that was just in the papers in the previous area. But even so, I think that it's a pretty stealthy way of talking about a kind of heavy subject in a game that's pretty all ages focused, I think. Uncle don't belong. I don't care what kind of goods they bring from across the Great River. They're no use to me. Oh, hey, Gemma. How have you been? And I love being able to trade with the Conqueror. There's always a part of me that can't wait until they leave or win. So yeah, this must be a particularly racist area and referred to. I don't know if that's particularly true for Shima, especially if they have, a Korean naval festival there. But it could be that, I mean, this does say elderhood. Good morning, dear. How are you this morning? Good, thank you. Just stopped by to see what the Congo traders brought this time. Yes, well, please be careful. Congo will be. They look like it. Inside, they are very different. They are to be trusted. Of course, Elder. So this is where you believe that it took 500 berries to dye that cloth? I helped my mom dye it. My hands were purple for weeks. Oh, um, are you okay? You need help with anything? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not supposed to. Not supposed to talk to strangers. Well, my name is Winston. I'm Gamma. Now we're not strangers anymore. This, this little character is cute. I like the earpiece over the one side. That's really cute. I like this design. Hey, do you like flowers? Oh, I love them. I have a garden back home I tend to every day. Now that we're not strangers anymore, I have a gift for you. Come with me. I wonder if I'm supposed to be the boy here or if I'm still supposed to be Gemma and this isn't. Oh, like this is what I'm supposed to be now. Maybe I'm moving it flashback though? Guessing it's not a game over. I don't think that this is the kind of game that would have a boy drown, but I'm guessing that it pushes you back to this. 18. I hope there's no panic. As you could possibly drown, you does have. Definitely can't get back up. I'm definitely getting some to the moon vibes. Emma, you made it! I was so worried about you. I've been waiting all spring to share this way. They shouldn't be able to see us. You ever heard of the Hikaribana? No, I haven't. Hikaribana is the name of the Kanko tribe's most important festival. Named after a very special flower that grows every spring. The light flower, I guess, would be the Japanese translation of this. Hikari meaning light. I'm not meaning flower. Look down by the riverbed. You see those big flowers? Oh yeah, those are the flowers. Listen, they're so beautiful. They're blue. Every year, the Congo luna flies lay their eggs inside these flowers. In spring, the eggs hatch, and all the luna flies feed off the nectarines. And until they learn how to fly, the luna flies are weak and vulnerable. But the luna flies that give the flowers their grow? Yes. Really special part. Luna flies and Arivana are actually very good friends. What do you mean? In return for all the food and shelter the luna flies will fly to Caribana before they fly away. They practice learning how to fly. They literally lift the flower up with them. You're lying. No, it's really true. If the flower floats through the air, the luna fly's fluttering wings will spread the flower's pollen across the air. Emma, look! I've never seen anything like this in all my life. It's so beautiful. Thank you, Winston. I'm so glad you could finally see it. Sorry, you can see it from here. Hey, is there someone over there? Purpose. Quick, follow me. Yep. Paper clippings been sticking together inside the locker. Yep. That would be the day after the earthquake. Police have confirmed that 1,480 people missing across the affected area. It is feared that the final death count could rise sharply once a full picture of the catastrophe. March 14th, the NSA said the number of people exposed to radiation was expected to rise. Workers in protective clothing scanned people arriving at excavation centers for radioactive exposure. It only took a few minutes for the 30-foot wave to wash the town away with terrifying. Yep, they're definitely talking about California. Which, this is sadly the 10-year anniversary. It was, I mean, incomprehensible. Hi, Mom and Dad. How are you? I'm really enjoying studying abroad here in Japan. People are nice. I'm getting good grades. Sure miss the Korean food, though. I guess this would be in Winston. You know that the Korean restaurants here, they make you buy the appetizers? Even the kimchi, isn't that weird? Oh, and I met a girl. I really like her a lot. I'm sure you will too. I better get going. Take care. Love you both. Winston.